All right, here is my third update report. Today, I woke up this morning with my spirit guides kind of chastising me or scolding me about something that I said in the later post or the post that I did earlier when I said that I was afraid and scared. And then, of course, I read the part from A Course in Miracles, lesson 154, where it said, you don't want to be, let me get back up here and see what it says. It says, we're not to be neither arrogant or falsely humble. And it was so funny because after I got off, woke up this morning and was thinking about the day and was hoping that they would approve my campaign on the Kickstarter so that it could start on Friday as I had scheduled. Spirit said to me, I need you to stop talking about you are afraid. You are not afraid. You are not doubtful. You know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You are just speaking out of old habits. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. And so I kind of kicked that around in my head a little bit, and it was true. I really kind of did an assessment of my inner spirit. And when I talk about, or when I thought about what I'm getting ready to walk into this journey, I felt there was no fear within me. I'm paying attention now to my inner energies. There is no kind of anxiousness or anything there. I was, in fact, speaking out of habit of having a victim mindset, of thinking, yes, in the past, I felt as though I was a victim. And as I have grown through my life, I realized that in essence, I gave consent, even though I may not have said it. I either by through silence or acceptance, I was giving my consent to the things that were happening to me. So I could no longer boast or say that I was a victim to the things that were happening. I had a choice. I chose not to make those choices, whatever they were. Or I made a choice and thought it was the right one, and it wasn't. So one of the things that I'm constantly saying is that the ego is always operates out of fear. And that fear is literally learned because our ego is actually trying to protect us. And now that I have elevated my consciousness, my energy level to a higher degree, my ego is still trying to operate at its lower frequency level, while Spirit is saying I have a higher frequency level of consciousness now. And so I call fear, literally, this is what I call fear, a fragile ego's alternate reality. And when the ego is no longer in control, it creates scenarios. And so that's what it has been doing. But when my spirit guide said, you are saying that stuff out of habit. So we're going to need you to stop saying you're afraid or you're scared shitless, because you're not. You know what you're supposed to do, and you know that we are here for you. So I go back to the lesson and I'm looking at it, and it says that your part is cast in heaven, and that what we think is weakness is actually strength. And what we believe is our strength is oftentimes arrogance. And so I know that my ego trying to control things out of what I consider all of my degree work and all of our abilities to be cognitive intelligence. That is just the ego. But what I'm doing and what you're possibly doing has nothing to do now with our intelligence or our cognitive abilities. It has everything to do with our heart and our souls and paying attention to that sacred expressive life force. So I kind of got scolded this morning. So I'm going to stop saying I'm afraid or scared, because I know I'm not. That is, and I even asked Spirit, is this possibly me using false humility? Can could it possibly be that when I say I'm scared or I don't know what I'm doing, it's false humility? When in essence, I know that I have come to a place with myself and my spirit guides that we are in alignment, and I am totally working in alignment with what spirit wants me to do. So I ask you yourself, that was something I wrestled with all day today. But I have a progress report. I was thinking yesterday, or when I posted last time, that Kickstarter wasn't going to approve my campaign in time enough for it to launch on this coming Friday, because I had missed the other one. And so I set this one for this coming Friday, and they approved it today. So it is up for preview, and I will tell you a little bit about it real quick, because you can go to Kickstarter and look up the Learning Spa. Learning, and then SPA, the Learning Spa. It is a inner wellness and cultural incubation center. That is what I am, my endeavor is Spirit told me years ago that my responsibility, he was calling me to the ministry, or be the messenger of healing the ouch in the African American community as it related to discrimination and racism. And so I'm going to encourage you. I am excited. So my new words are no longer going to be, I'm scared shitless, or I don't know what I'm doing. I may not cognitively, and certainly my ego does not. But as I said yesterday, I will step back and allow my sacred expressive life force to lead the way, because it knows what I have been called to do. And the great thing about this is that Spirit says that miracles happen in the light, and light and strength are the same. And so we have to encourage ourselves to stay in the light. When we start thinking about the negative stuff that could possibly happen, that's why I kept saying, okay, Penny, just stay right here. Just stay right here. Stay in the present. As long as we are in the present, we have no mind for what's going to happen in the future, because we don't really know. We know in part, but Spirit knows all of it. And as long as I am connected to Spirit, then so do I. I know all of it when the time is necessary. And so I'm going to encourage you all to stop thinking that weakness, what we think is weakness, is in fact our failure or our shortcomings, when many times what we think is our weaknesses are really our strengths. So I am going to be using that I am on this journey, and as my son is constantly saying to me, Mom, fall in love with the process. And so as I'm moving forward, I'm going to say, I don't know yet what I'm supposed to be doing. And so that they have now approved the campaign, I am asking everybody who is hearing this to please help me in raising the monies necessary to put the Learning Spa on the map here in Texas. There's a whole video there for you to watch. I've given you a write-up as to my motivation of it. So just go online at Kickstarter and look for the Learning Spa, Inner Wellness and Cultural Incubation Center. And if possible, I'm going to post the link here on Instagram. So I'm looking forward to this. I am excited, and I'm going to constantly remind myself to not fall back into old habits of victim mentality or being in survival mode, because Spirit has said to me, I've given you everything you need to pull this off. He's called me into ministry, and this is the ministry that I am supposed to do. So I say to you guys, Ashe, stay tuned.